Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. So this morning I want to start diving into a subject. This will definitely not just be one podcast, trust me, it's a big subject. But I want to start talking to everybody about money and your beliefs around money. So at this point in time in the world, boy, everybody is a little amped up about this because, houses are hard to find, they're hard to get, banks are being very strict on lending, interest rates are headed up. There are a lot of messages out there that would dictate that this is a subject that people are very uneasy about. And it's part of the reason why I'm hearing it a lot in my private client business, where I'm seeing people over and over and over talking to me about it. Not that they're necessarily stuck in it because we've worked on this, but because people around them are stuck in it. So I thought today I would start talking to you about money beliefs in general. So this is usually a sensitive subject for people because a lot of us define ourselves by how much money we make, what we have, the kind of car we drive, where our kids go to school. We have become conditioned to think of ourselves in a way that is defined by all of these external factors. And core money beliefs are the beginning of this. So today is about core money beliefs. So I want you all to think back to a time when you can remember talking to your parents, your grandparents, teachers, anyone who had influence on you about money. So I had a very bizarre experience with this because I had one parent who was completely entrepreneurial, optimistic, always believed that there was enough money. There's always enough was what my father would say. There's always enough. There's always enough. And there was always enough, which was absolutely correct because that's what he believed and that was what he brought to our family, and there was always enough. Now, he never got to the point where there was always an abundance because he never had that belief, but he didn't even know it, and I was too little to understand it all and teach it to him, and I hadn't even learned it yet. So my mother, on the other hand, came from a family that was very poor. Both my parents were born during the Depression, and my mother's family never got past that scarcity, poverty mentality. They all had it. They were all very hard workers, but they never saw themselves going beyond what they were taught. They never saw themselves getting to that next level. If I asked my mother about money or something for money, if I said, I'd love to be able to get something, like for instance, there was a time where Levi's jeans were like the end all be all. Everyone wanted Levi's jeans and I wanted these, and these were in her world ridiculously expensive and she did not want to buy them. And I would say, can I please have a pair of Levi's? And she would say, no. What do you think? Money grows on trees? What do you think? That that's not hard to find money for this stuff? Mind you, we had the money for it. But her perspective, her model of the world was there was never enough money. When she died, I found money squirreled away all through the house in envelopes, hidden in napkins. It was insane, but it came back to her scarcity mentality. It came back to the fact that she always worried that there was never going to be enough, that she was always going to be in a state of not having enough. And this affects you. Your core beliefs are derived from what you've heard and seen. So if you had a parent like that, or a grandparent like that, or had somebody that was constantly questioning money or talking about it or coming at it a certain way, or said to you, you'll never be anything until you blank, 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 or get this much money or make this or have this type of job, you have adopted those. Clearly, that is one of those things that we know happens because people are shaped by their surroundings and what they hear and how it's drilled into them and what their parents give them for an experience. And I think it's incredibly important to pause and say to yourself, I need to determine and understand what are my money beliefs. So is money evil? Like, Dr. Joseph Murphy says in his little book, How to Attract Money, which is probably one of the most profound books you could ever listen to. If you've never listened to it, it's a little hard just because it's an older book. It was written during the Depression, and or just there, maybe just a bit after, and the original copy of it anyway. And it is by far so telling, because he'll say some people believe money is filthy lucre, where it's just, money is the root of all evil. And it is not money. Just like water is not evil, yet water can be used for evil. It can be used to drown people. It is no different than anything else. It is just a thing, if you will. And what we believe about it is what it comes down to. So I want to challenge you to start this process off by sitting down and actually asking yourself, what do I believe about money? And what do I believe is great about it? What do I believe that's not great about it? What do I believe that is affecting me every day? And how am I going to change that? We're going to learn that part in another one. I'm going to come back to this subject because right now the most important thing is you determine where you are with it. So this is going to be a two-parter, and the next one probably could be quite a few more parts to it. Depends on how far we go with this. But right now, I want to focus my attention with you on figuring out what are those core beliefs. So get them all on paper so you can see them, because it's incredibly important to know. And if you get the opportunity, by all means, go get Mr. Murphy's book, How to Attract Money by Dr. Joseph Murphy. You can find it on, many people have, I think it's public property now because he's passed away and he's wrote it so long ago. But there are many different versions written of it on Amazon from different narrators and authors. Doesn't matter which one you get, just get an unabridged version and listen to it or read it, and you will be profoundly happy that you did. But for right now, let's get down our definitions of what money means to us. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed day.